sharing our stories connects us. Listen and be connected. Join us for the Conversation meeting weekly at the intersection of community and culture. Hosted by Mario Nunez and Joe King Carter.
Well, good morning. I'm Randy Zimmerman, a guest host for today's conversation. And thanks so much to Mario and Joe for letting me sit in their chairs today. Well, often the people we meet and sometimes see every day have what I call everyday hero stories. They have either gone through or are going through incredibly difficult things or achieve amazing accomplishments. On today's conversation, we'll hear from Lily. Lily has lived through war in Iran, cancer at 34 years old, and how we met because she loves dogs. And we're also going to take calls at the end of the show. So if you hear something that inspires you, get in the queue at 813-239-9663 or email us at dj@wmnf.org. But let's start out talking about how Lily got her name, her given name, the one I can't pronounce.
It's a unique name. Even in Farsi, it's a unique name. My father made it up. So even people from my own country don't know what it means. It has a really beautiful meaning.
Tell me about that.
It means a girl who brings fortune and happiness. And yeah, but it was so hard and people kept calling me Fargo. So I was like, yeah, let's adopt to something easier. I'm a Harry Potter fan, so I picked Lily as Harry Potter's mom for my name.
Oh, I love that story. And so you were not born in the United States. Where were you born?
I'm from Iran. I was born in southwest of Iran. Mm-hmm. It's a small religious town in the middle of desert. It's famous for its oil refineries, sandstorms, and hot temperatures.
You memorize that when you go to school? We're famous for these things.
Are we?
I don't know. No?
No.
It's just what you've learned to tell people over time?
Well, it's how I remember my hometown. I remember playing in the desertish type of landscape and seeing all these oil refineries.
Tell me about that, to be living amongst oil refineries in the desert. Where do you play?
So my mother was in the army, so we grew up in a base, which had a school in the base, and also all the homes were there. And it was just a normal thing, you would see soldiers, you would see planes, and you just find a little bit of patch of greenery somewhere and you play, mostly with insects, but and rocks.
So it sounds a little bit like Florida.
Well, with much, much less trees and much, much less humidity. Okay.
Now, your mother was in the army. I would not think that Iran has women in the army.
Well,
what did she do?
She was a teacher for an elementary school.
Okay. What did she teach, all grades?
No, just 5th grade.
Okay. Was she your teacher?
She was.
How did that go?
Not well. She was strict, and she had to be more strict even with me, so it won't be it's favorism.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And I grew up in the war, in Iraq-Iran war. So the time that I was going to school, it was also the war, and it was bombers, and we could hear it. And when I was scared, I wanted to go to my mom, but she would be like, I'm your teacher here. You can't call me mom now.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you called her, what did you call her? What everybody else called her?
Yeah.
Which is what?
Her last name.
Yeah.
Just for that year. But in home, I was calling her mom for sure. But in the school.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
So we were 4 kids. My brother passed away when I was 16, and he was 20 years old. And then I have 1 brother and 1 sister who are younger than me. Mm-hmm. They are both married and they both have kids, and they live in Iran.
I'm curious about how kids grow up normal, or supposedly what is normal life during wartime?
So we had to move from place to place. Like we couldn't stay in one location. We couldn't leave the town because my parents were both working there. But sometimes it wasn't safe to be in the city or in the area that we were. And like we had to go to the rural areas, which was my favorite because like you could see the animals, you could play with all these like animals there. And and like I think I changed a lot of schools when I was in my elementary school.
So your mom was in the military the whole time and she traveled with the unit, or how did that work out in terms of the moving?
She was in the military, I think, for 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. But she had to go back and teach there, but we didn't have to go to that school. Sometimes we would go to that school, but I don't know, for some reasons, like I was in all the schools. Like if it was a school closer to us in the rural area, I would go there. So like I might have been like in one school for 1 month, then move to another school for 1 month, go back to my original school for a while. Yeah.
And you don't really know why that happened.
No, and I never was curious to ask. But it wasn't like that for every year. I think it was like for 2 years of my elementary school. But then I had like the permanent. I think it was at the time that war was really bad and my parents couldn't trust to send us to the military school.
Were you aware that a war was going on, or what was your experience of what was happening around you, or is it only in retrospect that you know what was going on?
Well, I thought it's normal life because like I was 6 months old when war started and I was 8 when it finished. So all I have experienced was war. So for me, it was something normal. I think I felt a lot of stress after the war ended. So it was because we were so close to the border with Iraq, we would get a lot of hits. My hometown is famous for getting the majority of the hits from Iraq.
Wow. And when you say hits, what do you mean? You mean soldiers coming in or bombs?
Bombs, mostly. And so...
Did you have to deal with shelters or blackouts or curfews?
Yeah, all of it. Like probably once or twice a day you would hear the sirens go and you knew that you were supposed to go to the shelter. So if you were playing outside, you would just run. Like my mom used to tell me that like I'm the like little mama for my own like younger siblings, and I had to like grab their hands and we had to go to the shelter. Sometimes like it had to be like complete darkness during the night times and we had to be in the shelters. Yeah.
And what about access to food and basic stuff like clothes and things like that, washing clothes, taking baths? How did that go? That seems also hard during bombardment.
It was. I remember like we had some, like growing up, we had some days that like accessing to food was hard. So my mom would go creative and create all these types of like food for us. She would like make tea and then put a lot of sugar in it and then add bread to it. And that was my favorite breakfast. We had money, but the food was not available.
Right. Yeah. What did your dad do?
He's a veterinarian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know your dad was a veterinarian.
Yeah.
Because, again, we tend to not think of Islamic countries as having a lot of pets.
Well, he's a doctor for, like, big horses and cows.
Okay.
But nowadays, like, when I was growing up, definitely it wasn't so many pets. It was, like, minority as people who had pets. But it's more common now, and there are, like, a lot of, like, pets in a lot of cities right now.
And then did you go to university in Iran or someplace else?
So I wanted to get away from the situation I was in because, like, I wanted to be more free. So I applied for universities for my undergrad, like, far away from home, like in north of Iran. And
what was your parents' response to that?
They didn't like it. My mom didn't like it at all. But then, like, I had 100 choices, and I picked 100 cities in north of Iran. Like,
You had 100 choices?
yeah, like it's an exam when
You got accepted to that many schools? Congratulations, Smarty Pants.
Well, they go from up first to the second, and then the first one you win, like you're there. So I went to near the Caspian Sea, where it's snow, it's mountains, it's forest.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and people are not religious or conservative at all. Like totally different food, different type of people, different type of values. Like in the South, I wasn't supposed to have a romance before getting married. In the North, it was a common thing. It was weird if you didn't have a boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah. And when I saw that difference in one country, I was like, oh my God, I wonder how is the rest of the world. So I started a dream. I was like, I want to see the world. I want to see like how other people live, how are other places.
So you graduated from college, and what prompted your move to the United States, or did you travel to other places before you came here?
I did. I started applying for graduate school, like abroad, because I wanted to see the world. And I had this little Shih Tzu dog as well. I got admission from Sweden, Uppsala. I grabbed my dog and we went there. We lived in Sweden for 5 years. I worked and studied. We traveled Europe together with my dog.
And what was your dog's name?
Puppy.
Your dog's name was Puppy?
Yeah. He was a rescue, and he was born the same day that Pope died. So the previous owner named him Pope. But I was like, Pope is not a really good name for a dog, so let's call him Puppy.
Got it. What prompted you to apply to the United States? Tell me some of the things that you heard about the United States, that you wanted to do in the United States. Why the United States rather than staying in Europe?
Well, I wanted to come to the Sunshine State. I wanted to come to Florida.
Really? Your goal in coming to the United States was coming to Florida?
Yes.
Wow.
I was done with the darkness and cold.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
So tell me more. So you wanted to come to Florida. What was your research? How did that process play out?
So I came to 2012, but it was at the time that U.S. put new sanctions on Iran. So I lost my scholarship, and I was like, oh, okay, I can't go to the university now. I applied for a green card, and then I started working at USF as an adjunct faculty, adjunct instructor.
Is that how you got the visa here?
No. I got it from another company, but then when I had my green card, I started working at USF.
Got it.
And then, about 2 months after I started working at USF, both my dog and I were diagnosed with cancer.
You're listening to The Conversation on WMNF Tampa at 88.5 FM or WMNF.org. I'm Randy Zimmerman, your guest host today. I'm talking with Lily, and we'll be taking phone calls towards the end of the show, so give us a call at 813-239-9663 and get in the queue, or email at dj@WMNF.org. So stick around. Let us know what's inspired you, or maybe you can relate to some of Lily's story.
About 2 months after I started working at USF, both my dog and I were diagnosed with cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Puppy and you?
Yeah. Puppy, unfortunately, did not survive. But I'm glad that I was able to give him a good, adventurous life.
Sounds it.
And a peaceful death.
Oh.
Yeah, but when I finished chemo, before I start the surgery, I had to put him down.
Yeah. So your emotional support animal wasn't there for you when you needed him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I love that dog more than anything in my life. Anyone or anything. But I'm so happy that he came to my life.
It sounds like you really gave him a beautiful, beautiful life.
Yeah.
hiking.
I tried.
Hiking in
Yeah, I
multiple
tried.
countries, and sounds like he was just as devoted to you as you were to him.
Yeah, I would cook for him. Like, there were days in Sweden that I was like living a student life, didn't have much money, so I would like pick fruits from the trees and make myself something. But he had to have chicken.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was spoiled.
Lucky dog.
Yeah, I loved him so much, and he loved me so much. He was such a good boy.
Shih Tzus are great dogs.
They are amazing. He was like very strong, very happy, not defeated at all. Like,
My family also had a Shih Tzu, so I'm familiar.
yeah,
They're very brave dogs.
they are,
They are great big lions in little packages.
and very cute.
Yes. Can we talk a bit about your cancer? What kind of cancer,
Yeah.
and what was that diagnosis like? And
So I felt I felt something in my breast, and it was painful. I think I was lucky that it was painful because, like, I didn't have insurance. It was at a time that USF wouldn't insure their adjuncts. And I just started working, and I was like, oh, I can't afford insurance. But it was hurting, so I had to go and check it. I checked it, and they said, like, you need to biopsy it. And then I was like, okay, for biopsy, I definitely need insurance. I had no idea it could be cancer. Like, right now,
Really?
I feel like so scared that I bought the insurance, I waited for it to be activated, and then went for the biopsy. Like, I shouldn't have done that if I knew it was cancer. But I haven't, like, cancer for me was just a word in the biology books. Like, I had never seen a cancer patient before in my life. And we didn't have cancer in our family. So and I was so young. I wasn't supposed to get
how old
cancer.
were you when you got cancer?
34.
Okay.
And so they checked my breast, they did biopsy, and then Dr. Cox, I'm sure like a lot of people here have been his patient. He's an amazing doctor. He told me, okay, don't go home, just wait here. Our pathologist is having lunch, but like I'm gonna ask him to like test it. It was a Friday in March.
Interesting how really good doctors have good instincts, right?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he had an instinct.
Yeah. He didn't want me to go home. So I waited there for like 30 minutes. And then when I saw him coming with 4 nurses in the room, I figured it shouldn't be like a good news. And then he said that unfortunately our pathologists have seen like cancer cells in your sample. And then he faded. I couldn't hear him like for like the sentences after that. I couldn't hear. I was shocked.
Sure.
I had triple negative breast cancer, and
What does that mean?
it's an aggressive type of cancer. So cancer cells, they eat different types of energy resources. Some of them feed on hormones, so they are ER positive or ER negative. So based on what they eat, you can treat them with different medicines. Triple negative means that it eats glucose, like what normal cells eat. So there are limited amount of drugs that you can use against it.
Because they eat what
Your body
what
eats.
every other cell eats.
Yeah, so in order to kill the cancer, you might die.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so, but I was lucky that it was a stage 3. Because like cancer is 4 stages, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is terminal. So I'm lucky kind of that I caught it before it becomes terminal.
And what does stage 3 mean? What are the elements of stage 3 cancer?
So they are either the tumor is too big, mine was very big, or it has gone to other, like to lymph nodes or other organs.
Right. So metastasized.
Not full metastasis, but yeah.
Okay.
Mine luckily wasn't like in my lymph nodes, but it was a huge tumor. It was 10 centimeter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's why it hurt.
Well, 1/3 of cancers hurt. I was lucky to have one of those.
Okay.
Lots of people, they have cancer and they can't feel it because it doesn't hurt them. But mine was like very painful. So, and I could feel it. I couldn't like sleep in different positions. And it started like in the time that I felt the tumor. By the time that I went to the doctor, like for the biopsy, it had started becoming pink, which is a really bad sign. How fast it was growing. It was grade 3. It was like a very fast growing cancer.
So the doctor's talking, you're not hearing him.
And I remember the first thing I said was, I don't want to lose one of my breasts.
Okay.
And then my doctor said, you don't need to think about it now.
Okay.
Cancer is a life-changing event. I don't want you to act hero. And I want you to feel all your feelings, and I'm going to give you a lot of Xanax for that. Yeah. And he was like, I don't want you to act like hero. Just take as many as you want.
Just take lots of Xanax, feel your feelings, give yourself...
Yeah, and don't act a hero.
Don't act like a hero. And how much time did he give you to make a decision about something?
So it was Friday. He said, like, it was a Friday, like, around 1 when we had this discussion. He said, like, just go to it's in the Life Hope building.
Okay.
And he was like, go upstairs. I already talked to Dr. Wright, and he's going to start your chemo on Monday. Just go talk to him.
So Dr. Wright is an oncologist?
Yes. And I went to him, but before, I asked him, what does it mean? What's my survival chances? And he said, right now you have 40% survival chance.
Holy moly.
Yeah. And for me, hearing, being always a straight A student, having a statistics always on my side, it was like the worst thing could happen to me.
Of course.
And so I went to the Dr. Wright, and he said that on Monday they're going to install a pump in my heart, because you can't do chemotherapy in your veins. They have to have enough room for blood to get mixed with the drug so it won't hurt your veins. So they put a pump in your heart, and then they, yeah.
Wow. So the pump is in your heart because the drugs need that much blood.
Yeah, so they won't hurt your own body.
Wow.
They get mixed with the drug, and they kind of give it slowly, one little bit with that amount of blood, so it would dilute it and then go through your veins. So I had to go home with that information.
So you had Saturday and Sunday and all the Xanax you could swallow.
Yes. But I didn't get my Xanax, I think, that weekend. I think I didn't refill my prescription. I think I was so shocked, and I didn't know what to do. It was the hardest weekend of my life.
I bet.
Because
did you have friends here already?
I did. I had great friends. But then, but I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even tell my parents or anyone, because
Really?
I was shocked. I didn't know how to deal with it. So I sat in my room and I thought, oh, life was so short.
Yeah.
Why I haven't done anything yet? Why do I have to get cancer now? Really, life was supposed to be this short? And then I became really, really, really sad. And I was really angry. And then I started thinking, so I have 40% chance of survival, so 60% I'll die and I won't see my next birthday, because my birthday is in April. So I was like, okay, probably this year is the last year that I will see my birthday. And I had to think, I thought about going to another state, staying there until I'm terminal, and then ask for death with dignity. And
meaning euthanasia. You wanted assisted suicide.
Yeah. And then I thought like, no, don't be a coward. Like, just fight for your life. You still have 40% chance. Like, it doesn't, like 40% doesn't mean zero. You might survive it. You never know.
Right.
And then I started thinking about like meaning of life. Like, I thought like, at first I felt that there are so many things I want to do, and there are so many things I haven't done. But then I also thought like, I started thinking about things I have done in my life. I was like, okay, I've been in so many different countries. I've seen midnight sun. I've seen northern lights. I've seen rainforest. I've been climbing like the highest mountains in Iran. I've had a dog. I've experienced love. So maybe my life is not that empty. Maybe I have experienced a lot of good things.
Yes.
And then I started thinking like, what I'm gonna be missing? What are the things that I want to do and I haven't? And I came up with a list of 3.
Yes. What are those 3 things?
So the first one was I wanted to publish a paper. And then I thought, and I was like, oh, I want to do my PhD. I really want to be a doctor. And the third one was, you know how much I love animals and dogs. And I was like, oh, I want to try and help all the dogs in the Middle Eastern countries. Because like they don't have shelter, they don't have access to food or water. And so I was like, if I survive, these are the 3 things I'm going to be focusing on. And these are the things I want to be doing. But right now I need to focus on getting well, because there are 3 things I need to do.
Yes.
So I went for the surgery on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had chemotherapy, and then...
How often did you have to go?
So the first medicine, it was adriamycin. For people who have gone through chemotherapy, they know it's called Red Devil. It's a very toxic drug, but it's also very helpful. It kills cancer cells. But for that one, you have to go every 3 weeks, because like you need to recover. It was horrible pain. Like,
did you have somebody go with you?
Yeah, I had a lot of friends. Like,
wonderful.
Yeah, and they would take care of me. They would help me. They would like cook me food. They would take care, like change my bed, like everything. Like I really was lucky to have all these like
that's beautiful,
awesome friends. Yeah.
And how did you tolerate the chemo? Because I know some people, there's such a wide range of how people respond to the medicine.
Yeah, so it was painful. It was like, I never knew like that chemo can be that much painful, but like every cell you have in your body hurts. It aches, like it's a different world. Like I couldn't hear well, I couldn't see well, I couldn't think well. But then at the same time, I had to teach as well at university.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were still working while you were doing chemo?
Yes. And like all my students saw me going through the process, and I was honest with them, and they were like so helpful. Like I remember one student, like after I lost my hair and I had the scarf on, one student came up to me and said like, keep your chin up, you're doing amazing.
Oh, did more of them do their homework?
They did. They were amazing. They were amazing students. And I remember like between classes, I had to go throw up and come back to the class and continue teaching and continue the life.
Right. You had to go every 3 weeks for the chemo. And how frequently did...
So the first drug...
How long was it?
For the adriamycin was like 4 rounds, because like you can't have more than that. Like that drug is so toxic that can cause cancer itself. So you have a limit. Then they have to change the type of drug that you take. And so for that one, the other one was like every week. But it wasn't as horrible as adriamycin, but still it's chemo.
Right.
And it's painful. And then after that, I think I had 17 rounds of chemo.
17.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Now, did they get rid of the lump? Did they remove it, or do they? I know very often they wait till it gets smaller before they go to remove.
Yeah. So that was the reason that I started chemo before, because they were like, it's too big. We need to shrink it first before we can do the surgery. And then, but then at the end, they said, okay, it's not completely dead. The tumor is like, it's shrinked for sure, but also when the cancer cells become big, they start to create a hole inside, because not all of the cells have access to oxygen, so some of them die inside of it. So they said like it has a live layer around that dead portion. And then here my Dr. Cox said that like we can either do a lumpectomy for you, or and then like have the other breast also the same size. But Dr. Wright was like, you're so young. Anything that has caused you to get cancer has plenty of time for you to get cancer again. I suggest you get rid of both your breasts, even though like there is no cancer in the other one. And you remember me, like my first reaction was, I don't want to lose my one breast.
Right.
So
you don't want to lose one, and now they're saying you need a double mastectomy.
Yeah. And but they gave me the choice. They said, you pick. And I had to think. I thought for 3 days. And I was like, no, I really want cancer to be a chapter in my life. I don't want it to be my whole life. I want to survive and be happy and be done with this. I don't want to have the stress of like going to mammographs and all of that. Like,
my best friend decided the same thing.
Yeah.
She said, because it recurred, it came back a second time, and she said, let's end this.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
again,
even with
she
the
was in her
ending,
60s.
Yeah, but even with the end, like, even if you do that, there is no guarantee that it won't come back, because like as soon as you have one cancer cell in your body, it might metastasize. So I had the same survival chance, which was 80% at this time after the chemo. Like it doubled after the chemo, because like I responded to chemo. I was so lucky that I responded.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So I had the same survival chance, like if I do lumpectomy or do double mastectomy. But I chose double mastectomy because I thought it would make me feel more comfortable, although there are not scientific papers. Like it was just an intuition. If you get rid of all these breast cells.
So you got the double mastectomy.
I did the double mastectomy, and then the reconstruction, and then the radiation therapy. 25 sessions of radiation therapy.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I survived.
And how long ago? How long are you cancer free now, or do you still have some evidence of cancer?
I have to go for checkups every 6 months.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been 11 years since my diagnosis.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. Are you breathing a little easier?
After the 10 years, yes. Because like like now I have like an equal chance of getting cancer as a normal person who never had a cancer. No, stats are normal. Finally.
Yeah. So of the three things, have you published a paper?
I have. I did publish a paper 6 years ago.
Yes. What was the paper about?
So I decided that I would go towards cancer research because I needed to read more about cancer to feel comfortable.
Right.
So the first paper was about that, like how an invasive species, how goes and spreads and how it's similar to what happens inside our body with the cancer cells. And then I started doing my PhD, still working on the cancer research. So I don't know how far do you want me to go into the science?
No, that's great. And then you got your proposal accepted. You're starting the PhD program.
Yeah.
And you just defended your dissertation.
I did.
Successfully.
I did.
You are now Dr. Lilly.
Yeah.
So you're on the job market now, right?
I am, yeah.
And your hope is to continue with this research or do other things?
Yeah, definitely I'm interested to do my own research if possible, but I'm open to other things as well. I mean, as long as it's in the fields of cancer biology, I'm into it.
So you've taken this horrible diagnosis and turned it into possibly contributing to helping other people in the future.
Hopefully.
What
yeah.
a special thing. That's amazing. And number 3 on your list was to help some of the animals in Iran.
Yeah. So my third goal and dream in life is to try, I'm not sure how, but somehow help them, like creating shelters, like educating people, or I'm not sure like how it would be possible. I've started to look into it.
Good.
But yeah.
And you have a new dog
Yes, Alpha.
who's adorable
Thank you.
and very sweet.
He's a really lovely boy.
He is.
He brought me a lot of new friends, a lot of new connections.
Uh-huh.
I had a Cocker Spaniel before my Siberian Husky Alpha, and she passed away 1 year and 4 months prior. I find Alpha, and I would ask universe every day, bring a dog into my life, please.
They're so important to you?
Yes, I think I can't live without a dog.
Oh.
Yeah. And I found Alpha the day after my birthday last year. I was working at this store as a cashier, as a way to kind of earn some extra money because grad school doesn't pay much. And then a customer came and told me there is a loose husky in the store. And I went and did buy the women's shoes. He was there, so I used my belt.
There's a dog by the women's shoes? I did not know this is the story of Alpha. That's awesome.
So I used my belt as like a leash, and I looked around, and in the parking lot, no one was looking for him. So I clocked out and took him to the vet for search for a microchip. It was no microchip. And I posted him everywhere, next door neighbor, like Facebook places, like no one claimed him. So after a month, I was okay, I have a husky. So I fixed him, I gave him his shots, and I started coming to the dog park, and that's how I met you. And I met so many friends.
Yeah, good people.
Yeah.
Good people, or at least people who love dogs.
Yeah. Really good people, yeah.
So we've taken this road to Alpha, and I just want to make sure we get your feelings about what's going on with Iraq. So you've been Iran. So you've been able to speak to your parents more frequently lately.
Yeah, the internet was on again since last week. So it's
Wonderful.
been good, yeah. And the phones, yeah.
How are they doing with what's going on?
They can't talk much.
Right.
So
meaning they can't say a lot of things because they know they might be listened to?
Yes. And they try to not make me worried. So they are always so I can't trust what they say.
Okay.
But I read a lot of news and I try to be updated, and sometimes I know news more faster than them.
Yes.
Because I'm just constantly checking what is going on. But my sister sent me a picture of the homework of her son.
Yeah.
And they have asked them to write new words that they have learned. It made me cry.
Why? What was some of the words?
It was missiles, bombs.
And how old is he?
He is 8. And he's a little bit on the spectrum, autistic. But that little kid, the words that he wrote, broke my heart.
Farsi?
Yeah.
So brand new words.
Yeah.
Missile,
and also he
bomb.
had made a painting of the buildings, but then they all had tape on the windows. I was so sad.
Something you're familiar with, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Have you met this nephew?
No. not in real life, but we always video chat, like when there is internet. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and he always, like, he's interested in my dog and cats and
Like
Yeah.
all 8-year-old children.
yeah. And he shows me his cars, and he's a really, really good painter.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think the future will be like for him?
I wanted to say, like, happy and prosper, but from reality, I know it's gonna be dark. Because I think the entire planet is not going somewhere well. Yeah, and there are unfortunately so many things that we don't have any control over. But hopefully he can manage to see, like, beauty. Because, like, life is not about what happens to you, I think. I think life is about what is your attitude towards what happened to you. When I got cancer, I told myself that I'm going to experience this horrible disease, but I'm not gonna let it, like, change the way I think about life or changes my character. I'm not gonna, like, not be cheerful or not see. I don't want it to be like something that affects me badly. I want to see the beauty in the life, in the world, and try to make it a better place to live.
Well, good morning. You're listening to The Conversation on WMNF Tampa 88.5 FM. I'm Randy Zimmerman, your guest host for the week. Mario and Joe will be back next week. And Lily and I invite your calls at 813-239-9663 or send us an email at WMNF.org, or DJ at WMNF.org. Well, in the meantime, I have some follow-up questions of things we talked about and a few things we didn't have time for in the interview. You ready, Lily?
Yeah.
Nice. So your Shih Tzu that you got in Iran when you were living there, you walked your dog and got arrested multiple times.
Yes.
Why were you arrested for walking the dog?
So the dog situation in Iran, and specifically Iran, is like a complex situation, because, like, historically, like, dogs have been part of people's life, but at the same time, religiously, they are impure and they're the animal. So people have mixed feelings about them. Government definitely doesn't want people to have pets for both the reasons that in the religion, and also, like, it's a Western way of life, and they don't like that.
Meaning it's Western, or does it have to do with it's decadent, right? It's like only wealthy people can have pets, or what is that about in terms of it being Western in particular?
No, it's like it's Westernized habits. Like, dogs are supposed to be in the farms. They are not supposed to be pets.
In city life.
Yeah. So if they see a dog, they can arrest you and they can take your dog away. It's been incidences that they put the dog down, and unfortunately they don't do it like with euthanasia. It's just like shotting the dog. Yeah. Strays are shotted. They are not euthanized. It's a really bad situation for the dogs there.
And this was in your hometown?
No, at that time I was in Tehran. And
so big metropolitan city.
Yeah. Right now it's better. Like, I heard that my mom says, like, everyone has dogs, and like everyone is not wearing hijab anymore. I've heard that, like, the government doesn't put as much pressure as it used to, but I'm talking about 20 years ago, and that time it was hard. Yeah, I got arrested 4 times for walking my dog.
How did you and Puppy escape after being arrested 4 times?
So it was different. Like, one time, the first time, like, the guy had said, like, I don't have any bag with me. Next time I'll bring a bag, and I put your dog in the bag. And Puppy was, like, barking at him like crazy because he was yelling at us. And he was like, I shouldn't see you anymore here. I was like, where I'm supposed to walk my dog? And he was like, he kept yelling. He didn't, like, take us to the police station. And on other occasions, like, a parent had to come and sign a paper that they won't do that again, and then they let me go.
Okay. Wow. Just for walking your dog.
Yeah.
And now more people have dogs in Tehran?
Yeah, and also other cities. Like I heard, like I haven't been traveling back home, but like I've heard that it's much more common now.
And what about shelters and the availability of shelters for strays?
Right now, there are multiple shelters, but not enough for sure. Like at the time that I was talking, it was only, I think, one. Right now, there are multiple shelters, like Wafa Animal Shelter and other shelters that are like volunteers go and help animals, but they don't have enough resources. And they are like far away from the cities because like the dogs, as I said, they are not supposed to be close to the cities. And it's not enough, not at all.
I don't know if you had a chance to hear the last story at WMNF that was played on Talking Animals, but we're also having shelter issues, even in places as dedicated to pets as the United States.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure how one would even approach having such an organization in Iran.
I do not know the details, but I know that...
But you figured out a model for cancer, so I'm pretty sure you'll get close if you study.
Yeah, but I know that they buy like chicken bones and they cook for the dogs. And they also, like all the people that work there are volunteers. And yeah, they have started to create more in different cities, but as I said, they are not enough. Like there are so many strays, and yeah.
Is this for dogs and cats, or just dogs in particular?
Well, dogs and cats. They are like, here we see alligators in the streets. In Iran, it's a normal thing to see cats in the streets.
Okay.
There are so many cats in the streets. They also have like horrible life. They have to like eat out of the trash. They live like raccoons, and like there are lots of roadkill or road injuries, but then they are not considered impure and dirty in the religion, so they are not as badly treated, maybe halfway badly treated.
So I want to read an email because you have impacted somebody, and I want to share what you have impacted. Thank you much, Rick in Sarasota. Says you've done the guys a real service, and thank you. My wife Margie May went through the cancer experience along with myself, driving to Moffat from Sarasota. She did not make it after many months. I'm very sorry to hear that, Rick. And she has a paver at the station, so thank you so much for that. I'm glad we touched you, which is the goal of the conversation, is talking to people and either giving hope, giving some ideas and inspiration in life, or even just connecting with other people who've gone through things that are similar to what you've gone through. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, sure.
I want to give an opportunity to talk a little bit about the model that you created for your dissertation, because it's really kind of cool. So tell me a little bit about the model that you designed or that you imagined in your dissertation. And yes, this is going to be a little science heavy, folks, but again, please feel free to email in dj@wmnf.org or call in and chat with us at 813-239-9663.
So inside our cells, we have chromosomes, and on the chromosomes, we have genes. Genes are like recipes to make proteins for our body. So like any recipe, they have an alphabet. The alphabet is 4 words, A, T, C, and G. And the vocabulary is only 3. So like you can have like words like, imagine if English was only 3-letter words like cat, bat, pat. So our gene is instructed like that. I imagine, in our gene, we have a double helix for DNA. So on one strand, we have these A, T, C, G, like repeated, and every 3 of them make a vocabulary. And then if you read it, you're going to have a recipe. In the strand in front of it, A always pairs with T, C always pairs with G. So imagine one of these alphabets changes. For example, you are in the UV, and then the G changes to C, or T changes to A. the strand in front of it is going to change accordingly as well.
Meaning UV light can create a mutation
Yes,
in the sequence.
Exactly. So it's like changing cat to bat. The meaning is going to change. The protein might change as well. That's how cancer starts. You have mutations and you have accumulation of mutations in your gene. So the recipe would change and the protein is defected and can't do its job. We have one gene called TP53. It's a famous cancer gene because it's mutated in more than 50% of cancers. Its job is to kind of like guard. It's called guardian of the genome. It looks in your recipe, different recipes, and sees if they have changed and the change is bad. It orders the cell, fix yourself. And if you can't fix yourself, then you need to be eliminated. So majority of tumors, they have a defect in their TP53. That's why they can't die and they multiply and you have this tumor in your body. So I chose that particular gene and I had its sequence ready, and every three words would be like a vocabulary. So I imagined they are each one of these nucleotides or each one of these words or alphabet is like a ball, and they are attached with each other through dipole interactions, which is like, so imagine you have a flat molecule and then there are electrons going around it. Sometimes at one location on this like molecule, you have more electrons. So it's going to have like negative energy on one side. So it's going to attract positive from the other side. Or if it's negative there, then it's going to reject it. So it's going to create some kind of vibration along your...
So you didn't just understand biology here. You also understood the physics of molecules.
Yes. And because it's like physics for small particles like electrons, it's quantum physics. It's not like classic physics.
So I called you Smarty Pants at the beginning of this interview, and I'm going to say it again.
So I imagined that... like these balls are connected with springs, and I created a model. It's called quantum harmonic oscillator, which is like if one of these nucleotides, it's going to have more pressure on it and it's going to be mutating, it's going to be affecting the other neighboring ones, the upstream and downstream neighbors.
So forgive me for my very, very, very amateur physics, but if it has to do with oscillating harmonics, does that mean that the forces are moving in circles or like springs, or what are you describing?
It's going to be vibrations.
Okay.
So vibrations along the gene. So I did calculate. There are some locations on this gene that mutate more often. And I did calculate the entropy between different nucleotides, and I figured out that locations that mutate more often, they have a different entropy than the rest of the sequence, which is something like really interesting.
Entropy is?
The amount of linkedness between those nucleotides.
So why is it interesting?
Because you can use it. I mean, it needs to be more research for sure. But in my head, you can use it as an indicator of like predicting where mutation is going to happen, or maybe in the future with much, 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 much more research, you can invert those mutations.
Very cool. So the idea is that you can identify where on the gene and that mutation is going to happen, and possibly a way to prevent it from happening.
Or reverse it if it happens.
Reverse it?
Yeah, that's my idea. But it needs maybe 30, 40 more years of research.
Why does it take so long to do all that research?
Because it's a new field of science. It hasn't been many research done in that field. And it's like... We have quantum biology, but quantum biology is more on photosynthesis or birds, but not much on cancer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for us. Lily, thank you so much for being here. You're now one of my new heroes, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm wishing you much luck in finding the perfect fit for your next job, and please stay healthy. Thanks to Mario and Joe for letting me sit in on the conversation. They'll be back next week. Thanks to Jessica Green for all of her technical assistance and engineering for the show. Thanks to phone answerer Gabrielle, who was lonely today. I'm so sorry, Gabrielle. And thanks to all of you who joined us by listening and emailing. Well, this is WMNF Tampa. Stay tuned for 5 minutes of locally produced news with The Scoop, followed by great music for hours and hours and hours. First up is going to be Sally, sitting in and ready to rock your world.